What is going on, guys? I am SceptileMC here, George, the coach of the San Francisco Arcaniners. Now today I have for you a very special video, a very important video. Now this video is the finals of GBA Season 5. Who would have thought that the new expansion team out of the D-League, who apparently had one of the worst drafts, is going to make it this far? Now, we're facing Dan. We're facing the St. Louis Rampardos. Now, Dan or aDrive is a very unpredictable battler. He's a very good battler, and his draft is very scary. It puts a lot of pressure on my team. I had to run this team, or else something on his team is going to destroy me. So, we'll see exactly what he brought. I'm really hoping he brought what I expected him to bring. Now, on my side, you see the Miltank, the Crawdon, the Needle Queen, the Gudra, the Scizor, and the Megalopony. Now, if you want to see my team, I have a team build video. It's in the description below. I do suggest you go check that out. Now, his team, he brought the Uxie, the Sylveon, the Victini, the aggron, the Heracross, and the Salamence. Now, I expected him to bring pretty much all those mons except for the Uxie. Maybe not the Sylveon too, honestly, because I have a lot of checks to that, but that's what he brought. He brought the Victini, the aggron, and the Heracross, and the Salamence, which all are pretty obvious mons. Whether Victini is physical or special, I don't know. If the Heracross is Bandit or Choice Scarfed or AV, I don't know. If the aggron is offensive, defensive, I don't know. And the Mence, I'm assuming, is Dragon Dance because that's the best set for him. Now, I think he's going to lead off here with his Victini or the Uxie or the Mega Aggron. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to lead off with my Miltank, because I am a defensive Miltank. I do have the thick fat as well. It's my way of dealing with Victini, as he goes directly into Salamence. And all I could think is, why would he go directly into a sweeper? Turns out the Salamence is not a sweeper, so my prediction there was wrong. He gets off the Intimidate, which is not very good. I know I can't set up rocks here, because I know exactly what he's going to do. He's going to drop a Draco Meteor right on my face. I'm going to go into Proto right here. And it turns out he's going to drop this Draco Meteor, and we're going to see how much this does. I'm very specially invested into this, just into my Proto right here, and it does almost half. Now right here, I'm like, well, if he has a Draco Meteor, he has to have the Fire Blast, and I can't stay in. I physically cannot stay in. I can't over-predict like that. I can't lose my Scizor this early on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Gudra right here to take the Fire Blast, as he actually drops a second Draco Meteor. Now, my Gudra is just going to take a bit of damage here. It's going to take about maybe 60 damage, put me at like 130 something. 124, so I take about 73 damage, as he's now -4. So this is Life Orb. I counted this as modest or naive or rash, whatever you want to call it, in case he has a physical move. I'm assuming his moveset at this point is the Draco, the Fire Blast, the Earthquake, and the Bruce, because that makes the most sense for him, because he has the Life Orb. Now, here, I want to make a double switch. I could have Iron Tailed, but I didn't want to... I didn't really want to miss it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Needle Queen right here on the Sylveon as he goes into Uxie, go for Sludge Wave, and you guys can see that doesn't do anything. So I calced it, and I'm like, this is a specially defensive Uxie made to beat my Needle Queen. Turns out it's not a specially defensive one, it's just an AV one, but you guys will see later on that doesn't really come into play too much. He's going to U-turn out right here, predicting me to want to switch. I couldn't stay in. Like, it's a struggle for me right now. I'm behind on the momentum. I'm behind on everything else. And he gets a free switch out into his Salamence now. And all I can think of is, fuck. Well, he's either going to Fire Blast or drop a Draco Meteor. If I were him, I would just drop a Draco because it hits everything on my team. And I have to sack off my Scizor right here. So, turn 4, 5, whatever, I'm already sacking off my Scizor to a Draco Meteor from a Salamence. There's nothing much I can do, really. I didn't expect a special set, so I didn't prep for it at all, honestly. I didn't even consider a special set, which was my problems, my bad right there. But he's going to take me out there with the Draco Meteor. I'm going to go right into Megalopony. I know I can outspeed. I know I can take him out, so what I decided to do is just fire off a return. On this turn, I almost clicked low kick, predicting the Mega Aggron. However, return is my better play. I should have brought Retaliate, because this thing would be at a range where it would probably be dead at this point. Because I expected him to know that I like to run Retaliate on my Megaloponies. Didn't do it on this set. Probably should have, but hindsight 2020, right? We go for a return. It does about maybe 47-8%, just under that halfway mark, and I can't stay in. I can't stay in against this thing. I'm going to go into Gamings right here, as I believe he's going to make a double switch. So Dan is just predicting on every single turn. He's going to go into Cerebro. Now here, I'm expecting a U-turn again, or just a Psychic type move like maybe the Zen Headbutt or the Side Shock. Turns out he's just going to go for knockoff and knock off my Chopper Berry. So now my Miltank is not able to take on the Heracross at all. So I had to be at max HP if I want to survive a Choice Scarf Heracross attack. So that's what I'm trying to be at here. I got up my rocks, which I guess is a good thing. However, he's just going to U-turn out and go back into Salamence. Now, this is a play right here where I want to kind of talk about it a little bit. So I figured, look at the amount of health he's at. On a set like this, I would run the Roost. I feel like the Roost is a great way, especially because it's destroying my team. I would want to Roost up right here. So I'm going to make the switch into my Mega Lopunny, because if I can force him out after the Roost, he's not going to get a lot of health after that. Turns out he goes for Draco Meteor, and because he's modest, max special attack, it's actually able to KO me. The crit did not matter. He was able to KO me, and I lose my Mega Lopunny. Now, at the time, I wasn't too afraid of this, because I was like, well, he has the Scarfers anyway. He's going to have a Scarf 15 or a Scarf Heracross. It's unfortunate that I lost my Mega Lopunny there, and you guys are going to see it's going to come into play a lot more later on in the game. So I'm going to switch into Crawdon, get the revenge kill. It turned out that he did not have the Roost on this set. He actually has Tailwind on the set. So I'm just predicting his sets completely wrong right now. He's going to go into Mega Aggron as I go into Water Hazard. Now, I could have predicted him to over-predict, but I just can't. I can't risk losing a Pokemon here that is a win condition. Now, Crawdon's a win condition. I can't stay in predicting him to not go for a superpower. Whatever he wants to do, I can't predict him to over-predict. And he's going to go for a Heavy Slam, so I could have stayed and gone off a Crab Hammer, which would have actually really helped me out. Now, right here in this tiny little exchange of plays is where I feel that I personally messed up. I go for Milk Drink, and I get up to almost full. And he's just going to go for a Heavy Slam right here. And now right here, I should have gone for a counter instead of a Milk Drink again. What he ends up doing is he ends up going for a Heavy Slam again right in now. I expected the superpower to come off at some point. Not going to happen. And I am just going to go for the counter on this turn, expecting him to want to stay in and go for superpower on this turn. Bad play. Very bad play. At that point, I've committed to Milk Drinking until I was at full. I should have continued to Milk Drink, because I could have taken a close combat off this thing, not been at a poor range of health, and it would have been all fine and dandy. I switched to Nidoqueen, and he goes for Earthquake. So again, I'm making the plays that I have to make in order to ensure that I can keep my team around, and he's just predicting me every single turn. There's not been a turn where he has not predicted me. So Dan's a little prediction happy right now. He is a little prediction happy. He's going to go for Earthquake again. I know my Miltank can take it, and I know he's most likely choiced, but he's not choiced. He's not choiced. So if I had my item, if I had my Chop Berry there, would have been a lot better, but I don't. And he just straight takes me out with close combat. Yay. I'm going to go out into Crawdon now, because Crawdon is one of the only things I can stop him, especially because he got off the close combat. I can't take him out with Aqua Jet yet. I need to bait him into using close combat again. So I do that. I switch out into Nidoqueen in order to force him into -2. And apparently, this entire time, he thought I was a Choice Scarf Nidoqueen, when I am in fact bold with Life Orb. And this is gonna fuck me over right here, because I needed damage off on the Heracross. So I go for Sucker Punch, and he switches expecting me to be Choice Scarf when I wasn't. And I don't believe that was just... It's not something I could have controlled. I bluffed a Choice Scarf without actually using the Choice Scarf method. It sucked. But anyway, I'm gonna get some damage off on the Uxie right there. Using Sucker Punch, I just wanted some kind of damage. It didn't do a lot, but now he goes into this, and I see the leftovers, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna let you get up a Substitute for free. You're obviously gonna go for Substitute here. So what I do is just go for an Earth Power, expecting that from him, and I guess he's just like, okay, well, I don't want my Victini on a too low amount of health, so he's just gonna go for a beat create right here, I believe, and I'm just gonna actually predict him to attack on this turn. Just gonna go for a sucker punch, and we got a prediction right this battle, so I guess we can try to say good job to that. We died a life orb though, and yeah, we just have to hope that Crawdaunt can pull something out of his ass right now, because Crawdaunt is our only hope right now. We go into Water Hazard, and what I'm just going to do is fire off an Aqua Jet. I know I can take out the Victini from that range. I know that he can't outspeed me with anything unless he has really randomly quick attack, but I would only think he would run that on a Banded set. So we take our Life Orb, and he's just going to go out into Megatron right here. Megatron the Mega Aggron, and I don't have a play right now. I just got to switch out. I have to switch out. I need to find a situation to where I can try to set up with my Crawdaunt, and I gotta get a +2. I can win if I get +2. If I get +2, I do actually win the game. He is gonna go for a superpower right here, and I know he's gonna switch out into Sylveon on this turn. Don't really have a switch in though. Don't have a double switch to make. Don't have anything to make. I have Iron Tail though, so I gotta rely on Iron Tail hitting. Iron Tail, you have to hit right here. There's not a question about it. Iron Tail 100% needs to hit. Does it connect? It does. Get it off, puts him down very low, and then I do a very stupid thing. I do probably the stupidest thing that I could have ever done. I go for Dragon Pulse. I misclicked, and I should have gone for T-Bolt. I should have gone for Fire Blast. I could have gone for Iron Tail again. Probably meant to drop a T-Bolt, so it would have killed from that range, but we don't, and the Sylveon actually stays around, which could have come into play a tiny bit. Not really. I don't see how it could have, because all of his Pokemon had moves to actually take out my Crawdaunt, except for the Uxie. I would have to get the Uxie in, but I did not think that would be happening, guys. I'm sorry. I did not think I would get Uxie on like all on its own. He goes into Mega Aggron, and this just confirms the fact that he didn't go into Heracross. He goes right into this. This thing definitely has the superpower, and I go for Crabhammer, and it brings his down to roughly maybe 40%, and he goes for superpower and takes me out. So guys, that's it, Arcaniners Nation. That is it. We lose to Dan 3-0 in the GBA Season 5 finals. Huge congratulations to aDrive. Huge congratulations to the St. Louis Rampardos organization for their final season. St. Louis Rampardos' final season in the GBA. So, guys, if we had to lose, I'm kind of glad it's to Dan, because we've never played him. He's the one that just came out of nowhere in the regular season. He was performing averagely, and then came into the playoffs, guns a-blazing, and just started destroying top threats. And you know what? I took him for granted here. I did take Dan for granted, and he has shown me that I have a lot to learn personally, and the next season of the GBA, we are going for gold. That is what I want to see, guys. The Arcaniners Nation is in GBA Season 6, if you guys did not already know that. It's my official announcement, I guess, and we are going to be going for gold. We have gotten to the championships in our first ever season in the GBA. Now we don't want to get to the championship. We want to win the championships. So, guys, I want to thank you all for your support. I will do an analysis of my season within the week. And yeah, guys, so for the final time in GBA Season 5, if you enjoyed, please comment, like, rate, and subscribe. We tried our best. We did our best. Wasn't enough this season, but I'll draft better. I'll play better, and we will come out on top. So, guys, if you enjoyed, comment, like, rate, and subscribe. I am SceptileMC, or George, the coach of the San Francisco Arcaniners, and peace out.